How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to the Spoiled to Perfection kitchen, aka my house. Earlier today I was making a little video about activating kefir grains, and it was a shorter process than I thought it was going to be, and I've had a lot of kombucha, so I feel really motivated and I want to do another project. I recently purchased some Airlocks, so I want to do a quick little vegetable fermentation. Had some extra celery laying around in the fridge, so we're gonna do a little bit of lacto-fermented celery. Just a salt, water brine, no whey, no vinegar, anything like that. I really wanna test out the wild yeast around in my house and see how the flavors come out. So it's gonna be a super simple recipe, just a few stalks of celery in a small, wide mouth mason jar, a little bit of dill, a little bit of fresh sage, maybe some garlic, and some Ayurvedic sea salt, and throw it all in there. So I'm gonna chop up this stuff and let's see what happens. So I've packed everything in here as tight as I possibly can. I've really smushed the garlic in between the stalks of celery, making sure that they're nice and tight. And then we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning as well. I don't like to follow recipes. I don't like to follow directions in general, so I just kind of do what I want, and I add things that I like and the amounts that I like. So I'm doing about a half a teaspoon of dried dill. Just gonna sprinkle that in there. Last time I made pickles, I added way too much dill, so I'm trying to cut back on that a little bit. And then I've got some dried sage hanging behind me, so I'm just gonna throw some of that in there as well. So I've got about 4 or 5 dried sage leaves in here that I'm gonna drop in. If you have weights, but they're too big, onions always work really well. And the weight is just there to keep all of those vegetables submerged in that brine. So I'm gonna cut a perfect piece out of my onion. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how well me and onions do with each other. So hopefully I don't cry this time. So I am adding reverse osmosis water into my cup. I'm gonna fill it up right to the very top, just enough to submerge the celery, but leave enough room for my weight. And then I'm going to do not quite a tablespoon of Ayurvedic sea salt. Like I said, I don't like following directions, I don't like using measurements, I do what I want. Most of the time it works out. I'm just gonna mix up those flavors. What I'm doing right now could be helpful or it could be doing nothing. I have no idea. Put my weight in there. That baby in. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to the top just so that the onion is also covered by that salt brine. Lovely. All right, so now I get to use my new cool Airlocks. So excited. So it comes with a little rubber seal, and the lid has a small hole to enter the airlock into, so I'm gonna screw that on. Feels nice and secure. So the Airlock's pretty simple. It's 3 pieces. The top is a plastic lid that has very tiny holes that allows that CO2 to escape, but it doesn't allow any bad stuff to get in. The cap that fits over the inside, and there's a small line that you can see on your Airlock that tells you about how high to add the water. This side, I'm going to add some more of that reverse osmosis water. And you really want to make sure that you're using clean filtered water, so if any of it actually drips into your fermentation, that it doesn't have any bad stuff. Shove that baby down, make sure it's nice and tight. And we're done. Ta-da! Now I gotta clean up and finish the rest of my day. But it was great having you guys in my kitchen, and I'll let you know how they taste.